Okay, well, Hilton had lucked out, didn't it, as
Yes.
far as Florence goes, that hurricane. I happened to be up north in New England at my mom's and also in New Hampshire. The media coverage of this event was incredible, but a lot of times it was so broad. You know, oh, the coast of the Carolinas has, you know, been destroyed and this and that. Everyone I ran into, is your place okay? What happened? Are you going to get home? And we were okay here. That's got to hurt.
It does. Here's what I tell people. First of all, it's amazing. You know, you find out who your friends are for. I mean,
That's
I had
true.
these fraternity brothers and friends. I hadn't heard from years. Are you all right? Your home destroyed? I go,
Yeah.
we had no rain, no wind. We're totally fine.
Thank goodness, right?
Thank goodness. But if you watch TV, you're totally convinced that we were wiped off the map. You know, here's what I have found over the years. Hurricanes have traditionally been a 30-day problem. Now, what I mean by that is it takes 30 days and it kills the market for 30 days. Because even though we didn't get hit, people are concerned about, well, I don't know if I want to buy on the coast or not, you know.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
when it's in the news for 30 days, it hurts the real estate market, and then the news cycle changes. People start talking about Kavanaugh or whatever they're talking about, and the real estate market picks back up. But it does hurt us. It hurts us the fact that we've had 3 years in a row where
Yeah,
we've
I
had
know.
evacuations. Now,
That way, well, never mind. We won't get into that. But I mean, yeah, Matthew. We had Matthew, then that second one,
Irma.
and then thank you, Irma, and then
Florence.
boy, I'll tell you. But watching from afar, I mean, if that had come, but it didn't.
But it didn't.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that has an impact. You say about 30 days. So 30 days from when that hurricane was around and all the news media attention, things will get back to where they were.
Normally.
Are you talking volume? Does anyone like end up lowering price because they want to sell?
Well, no,
or?
mainly talking about volume. We've
Okay.
had a significant slowdown. September was not a great month
Okay.
for the number of pending transactions.
Okay.
Mainly because of the bad news, the evacuation,
Right.
and those things. Because you had people up north that canceled their trips, see. 'Cause
I
they
know.
said-
I had a friend that did that. She called me. She was going to do a girls' week down
Yeah.
here, and this is like the week before because you know we start hearing about it,
Yeah.
and it keeps changing. Day. She's like, "Oh, we were going to go. Do you think we should?" And at that point, I said, "Well, the governor's called for an evacuation."
Yeah.
And then that was rescinded, but
Yeah.
and they didn't come. Guess what? They went to the Cape. Now that hurts Hilton Head
That
too.
hurts Hilton
Yep.
had that because they could have fallen in love with it, bought a place where they were here.
Yeah.
So-
Does that happen a lot? I
Yes.
think I've met a lot of people who have vacationed here with families over the years, and then they wind up here when they retire or later in life.
Yeah, most people don't buy the first time they come here, but they fall in love with it and they say, one day I want to own a place here. So they will buy later, but you'll be surprised at the people that do buy the first time they're here. They come here on vacation, they say, wow, I like to own a place
That on
here.
a first time
Yes.
basis. How did you do during RBC week? Is that usually a busy week or was it
That's
quiet?
a great week
Yeah.
for us. Always, there's a lot of people. Sometimes we have a lot of people that don't buy that week, but it's what I call fill the pipeline.
Sure, sure.
You know,
Planting
they
the
fall in
seed,
love
come
with it,
back, or
come back, and we'll
Yep,
sell them
yep.
later on.
And I would assume that weather that week can have a big impact too. I mean, if
Oh,
people
yeah.
come down and it's
Luckily,
great weather.
usually it's
Yeah,
great
thank
weather
goodness.
then,
Thank goodness. Okay, so keep in mind, you want folks to keep in mind 30 days, maybe till things, volume
Yeah.
picks up again. Any other thoughts regarding the hurricane and how it impacts real estate? I mean, if you talk to someone who wants to buy but says, gee, James, you know, I'm kind of nervous, hurricanes, and you had that Matthew, and, you know, I don't know. Do you try to reassure them? Do you stand back? How do you handle it?
Well, here's what I tell people. I said, traditionally, Hilton Head has not had a problem. We did have Matthew, and we survived
Before that, it was like 20-something
It's
years.
Some years. And
Oh,
what I
okay.
used to tell people is we get one every 73 years, and you're not going to be alive in 73 years, so don't worry about
Yeah.
it. Then Irma kind of headed our way, went the other direction.
Right.
Florence headed our way and went the
Thank
other
goodness.
direction. But gosh, we went 20 years where we didn't have
Right.
anything heading our way.
Right. But
So-
what happened when you told the people that and we got Matthew? Did you hear back from
Oh,
anyone?
yeah, I did. I
You did. That was pretty incredible.
yeah.
But I'm just glad we were okay this
Yeah,
go round. Do you ever advise people, you know, don't buy on the water if you're that nervous? No.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
you know, they're, it doesn't matter if you buy, where you buy, you know, you buy a house up north, you have ice storms, you buy
Yep.
a house out in the Midwest, you have tornadoes. I mean, my hometown is the Laurel Golden Tornadoes, you know,
Oh,
Laurel,
really?
Mississippi. So, you know, we get tornadoes all the time in my hometown. You know, they named the football team after them, you know. So there are risks everywhere.
Sure.
The risks are small, and I mean, how many houses were destroyed on Hilton Head during Matthew, you can count them on one hand.
Yeah. Hey, I have a quick question. We hadn't talked about this before. What difference does it make that we have jet service now going in and out of the airport?
I'm glad you brought that up.
Just came to me.
That is a big deal. I am so pleased that we have that because people like to be able to fly here, and we have lost sales in the past to people because they couldn't fly their jet into Hilton Head.
Privately, but I'm talking even American now has the commercial jets instead of the turboprops. I had friends that were terrified, and they were renowned as the safest airplane out there, but they would not get on a turboprop to come to Hilton Head from Charlotte. You know?
I'm so excited.
I wonder if that'll make a big difference.
Over time it will. I promise you, it's something we work really hard for.
Yeah, and I'll tell you the other thing, when I did some paddle boarding, or it wasn't paddle boarding, it was rowing, and I would see the private jets come in and out. Boy, oh boy, there are a lot more people flying in and out of here on private jets than I ever realized.
All you got to do is go to the right side of the airport on a Saturday, and they're coming and going.
Do you have any advertising there?
Yeah, no, I should.
You probably should.
Yeah.
Let's talk about, you know, we're into the end of September. This is taping towards the end of the month, and it will air October, et cetera. Is this a good time for me to list if I'm thinking about it, or should I wait until spring?
Okay, traditionally, now, here's what I tell people, Allie. We sell real estate 365 days a year. Well, that's not true. Probably don't sell real estate on Christmas Day.
No. Have you ever sold on Christmas Day?
No, I haven't.
Okay, just checking.
But traditionally, you have different months that are more active. Now, what we tell people, March and April have traditionally been the best months. October and November are the 2 months behind March and April.
Oh, really? Okay.
Now, people,
more so than summer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Let me tell you why.
Okay.
Okay. People just assume the summer's the busiest month, okay, because we have the most people here. But the average person here in the summer is younger, with the family, with less income.
They're not going to relocate, are they?
Yeah, they're just here to go to the beach and pick up some T-shirts, okay? The buyers that come here in the spring and come here in the fall are on the average about 12 to 13 years older than the buyers that come here during the summer, which means they're usually wealthier. They're not coming here to vacation, they're coming here to visit with friends usually, and they're more interested in the retirement years. Now that varies a little bit by area, but the residential communities of Wexford, Long Cove, Indigo Run, Hilton Head Plantation, Port Royal, Palmetto Hall, Windmill Harbor, Spanish Wells, more of the residential communities do better in March and April and October and November. But you're right, I have people that would call me in September and say, we want to put our house on the market in March. And I go, okay, would you like to put it on in April? Well, we could, but I mean in October, but we know nothing sells in the fall. That's not true.
They're the people that are either retiring or nearing retirement or have retired. Kids are grown up. And, you know, I would think for people that have grandchildren, what a great place to live and have your children bring their children for vacations and all of that.
Well, October, you know, we call October Super Month. Traditionally, most people agree with me that October is the best weather month.
It is
Of
beautiful.
the year. It's beautiful. It usually doesn't rain. It's 80 degrees and sunny every day.
Not humid.
Not humid. It's great golfing weather.
Sure.
I mean, why would you not want to be here in October? I tell my wife we can't take a vacation in October. The weather's so good.
Yeah, it is a beautiful time.
Yeah.
It really is, and also spring. But so that's why spring and fall, October,
Those are
March,
usually
April,
the best time of the year to put your house on the market. But then again, I tell people we sell them year round, so put it on the market when you're ready to put it.
You don't ever push too much.
No, I'll leave that up to the seller.
I had a great time. Thank you
It's
again.
always a great
I always
time.
learn something from James Wedgeworth, and we'll be back again, right?
Well, I just want to tell you one thing. I really appreciate the service. Having a local TV station in a community is such an asset because all real estate is local, and you can watch television and get the national real estate market, which has absolutely nothing to do with the local real estate market. So these guys really do a great job, and I appreciate the service you provide.
I'm sure they appreciate your commenting on that.
Sounds good.
Thanks, James.
Okay.
And thanks for watching. We'll see you the next time.